Well, that's going to go around the dinner table tonight. We'll find out a bit later on. Young Seth just finding his feet in this Vortex Rock DVS Senior category this season. Had a successful campaign in KartSport 120. Made a big jump to the DVS. Quite a big jump in horsepower from KartSport 120 Superkarts up to DVS Senior. Those who haven't entered yet, just a reminder, there's 2 weeks' time. There's that night meeting over Matariki weekend at Eastern Bay of Plenty. A shameless plug for Eastern Bay of Plenty Club to get your entries in and get up there and have a run. I'm going to have a go myself. So I suggest no one else turn up in my class so I could win. But 2 weeks' time, Eastern Bay of Plenty Matariki weekend, Friday, Saturday night, under lights. Up in Eastern Bay of Plenty. Great crew of people up there. Love to have a bit of fun and do some racing as well. Come and have a run. Should be a good laugh. 2 weeks' time, Eastern Bay of Plenty up in Edgecombe. Go back to qualifying. Kian Burt leading the way still over Darren Walker now up to P2 in the number 14 kart. Then it's Mitchell Corrin in P3. Jack Amon 4. The 17 McMillan in P5. Blake Corrin is 6. Craig Frost is 7th. Seth Frost in 8th. The number 77. We watch them head up into turn 9 on the live stream. Around through turn 9, the right-hander. Then turn 10, the left-hander. Then 11, the right-hander. And down the hill they'll come and wind them up into turn 12. We just on Darren Walker there, I think the number 14 kart, the Praga kart. Sitting in behind Seth Frost on the track. Walker just making an adjustment to the flap on the side of the radiator to let a bit more air in or block a bit more air off. I think he was blocking the air off. It might be getting too cold. Burt still leads. Darren Walker now has jumped up to P2. Half a second off. Kian Burt's scorching around there in the number 1 kart. Won that New Zealand title down in Blenheim this year at the Nationals. Hasn't looked back, the number 1 NZ of Kian Burt. We see 2x2 around there. It's Walker and Frost 2x2 around there at turn 7. Walker down the inside at 8. Going to see if he can get away from the 77 of Seth Frost from Taranaki. Of course, grandson of Morris Frost from Supreme Kart Supplies, who are putting all these amazing prizes up for the New Zealand Rock Cup as the New Zealand importer for Vortex engines. Tony Kart chassis supplier, of course, Supreme Kart Supplies in Taranaki. Engine builders, they've got a dyno there as well, so if you want to make your engine go fast. Morris has spent years building different kart engines. Knows what he's doing down there in Taranaki. Give him a call. Look him up on the internet. Supreme Kart Supplies. Promoter of the New Zealand Rock Cup. Amazing prizes up for grabs to the Rock Super Final in South Garda in Italy 2024 in October. Some of these drivers will be heading up there this year to contest the Rock Cup again and represent New Zealand. Big thanks to Supreme Kart Supplies for putting on the New Zealand Rock Cup each year. As we look at that live stream shot through into turn 9. And then turn 10, the left-hander, turn 11, the right-hander, and then gas it up down the hill. Here comes Kian Burt to cross the line again. 103.636 last time by. 3/100ths of a second difference, but slower slightly by Kian Burt. So still leading from Blake Corrin, the 99 kart, brother Mitchell Corrin in P3. Then it's the 84 of Jack Amon. Darren Walker down in P5 now. McMillan from the Hawke's Bay in position 6. Then it's the 77 of Seth Frost. Got 6/10ths of a second over his father, Craig Frost, in the 57 kart. Going to now try and catch the old man up the top of the hill into turn 3. You just see on the live stream Kian Burt heading up into turn 9. Big long sweeping right-hander into the braking area. Right hand down through turn 10, then a left-hander into 11. Down the hill comes Kian Burt to cross another lap off. 1.5 minutes to go in qualifying here for Vortex Rock DVS Senior. Burt fastest that time, 103.530. Across the line comes the rest of the field. No change in the rest of the order. Blake Corrin still leads brother Mitchell. What's Darren Walker got? Walker moves up one more to P4. Pushing Amon down to P5. What's the Battle of the Frosts look like? That time around, Seth Frost quicker than Dad by 0.6 of a second. So still Seth Frost in the 77 kart in position 7. And the 57 kart running the green plate of Craig Frost down in 8th place. Jan Burt, fastest lap of the session that time. Looks like we're trying to get a bit of dry sunlight coming up over the back of the hills there. Looking toward the, I think it's the northwest corner of the racetrack. Might have my geography sort of mixed up. That could well be the northern side of the track. I tell you what, I've got an app on my phone. I might see if I can get that going and tell you which direction we're looking. That'll save me guessing, won't it? Across the line goes the 41 of Mitchell Corrin. Still not quick enough to catch Burt. Okay, so the checkered flag's out on qualifying. Everyone's just finishing off their laps this time around. Kian Burt still leads from Blake Corrin, and then Darren Walker up to P3, splitting the Corrin brothers. Well, I did have my geography all wrong. It's the southwestern corner. I was only 180 degrees out. So across the line come the Corrin brothers and Jack Amon. Darren Walker, the number 14 kart, crosses the line as well. So provisionally, Kian Burt's going to lead us and take qualifying out the 1NZ. Second place is going to be the 99 of Blake Corrin. Then it's the 14 of Darren Walker, the 41 of Mitchell Corrin. Position 5 will go to the 84 of Jack Amon from Waverley in South Taranaki. And in 6th place, the number 17, Daniel McMillan from the Hawke's Bay. So that's qualifying done and dusted here for Vortex Rock Devious Senior. Burt's going to continue off from where he's been so far, dominant this series. Only 6 points in the New Zealand Rock Cup between Kian Burt, Blake Corrin. Let's see how it all pans out later on in the over the weekend. A grey old day here at Century Batteries International Raceway. Top of the Mamaku Ranges. 1950 feet above mean sea level here. Engines don't quite perform as good as they do at sea level. Looks like we're going to start them up. Vortex Mini Rock out the gate shortly. Oh, the number 3NZ is... Oh no, I thought they were having issues with the 3NZ kart. Let's see what our Singaporean driver, Jamie White, in the number 68 kart can put up in qualifying. Track just starting to dry ever so slightly, still wet. Everyone's running wet weather tyres. No brave enough to put slicks on yet. Ivor Spence out the gate in the number 9 kart. Always quick, the number 9 of Spence. Oh, the 5 kart of Watson having issues. Can't get the kart started. Can he get out the gate? Watson's away. So Vortex Mini Rock out the gate for qualifying. Great shots on the live stream if you're watching from home. Welcome aboard. Some high octane action this weekend here at KartSport Rotorua. Tommy Hart out the gate. Second to last with Jaden Buttermore. It's a battle of strategy this weekend. 30 drivers on the track. The grid limit here is 38, so we're almost at full capacity. The number 20 kart out the gate goes into Irwin. Can't get that kart started, but got to get out the gate to be able to post a time in qualifying. So the 20 of Irwin out the gate, but not able to partake in qualifying. Must have an issue with that kart. Can't get it started. We'll have to start probably from the rear of field for the heat racing and see what happens from there. Chock full of stars, future stars of New Zealand motorsport. Oh, we've got a driver up the top there, parked up on the left-hand side at the entry of turn 9. In the live stream, we see Ivor Spence rocketing down into turn 12. No, it's Buttermore, I beg your pardon. Followed by the 69 of Tommy Hart. Just trying to find out who that is parked up the top of the hill. They're going to take no further part in this qualifying session. So that yellow flag turned off now up the top of the hill after moving that kart to the side of the track. They'll start posting some times this time around. We'll bring them to you once they cross the line. Spence out in front, leading this session on track, and I've no doubt he'll be fast on the timesheets as well. Round through the last corner, sliding, drifting around through turn 12. Here comes Spence across the line. 110.183. Braxton Craving in P2. No, Braden Watson's gone quicker than number 5 kart in the opening lap. We'll get a read as they cross the line. Watson provisionally at the top, then Ivor Spence, Sebastian Power, Braxton Cravinger, South Island champion Nixon Cripps down in P5. We'll watch Buttermore and Hart cross the line this time, see if they can move up the order. Buttermore to the top, now been eclipsed by Tommy Hart. So Tommy Hart the quickest on the circuit, Jaden Buttermore second, then the number 5 of Braden Watson, the 9 of Ivor Spence in P4, Sebastian Power is 5 in the 13 kart, then the 3 of Braxton Craving are down in P6. So the 2 Josh Hart Racing karts of Tommy Hart and Jaden Buttermore, 1 and 2 on the sheets. Watson in P3, running from the Veloce Karting group in Hamilton. Just trying to get a read on where Jamie White is in this field, down in 19th place. Across the line goes Ivor Spence, Tommy Hart still at the top, Braden Watson P2. Nixon Cripps 3, Jaden Buttermore down in 4 now. There's a bunch of them cross the line. Tommy Hart the quickest. Then it's Watson, Nixon Cripps, Jaden Buttermore in P4. Maximus Reddy P5. The 63 of Craving are still in 6th place. Then the 99 of Ben Brodie in 7th. Ivor Spence down in 8th place. Charlie Clark in 9. Harrison Cunningham's in the top 10. The number 72 from Auckland. We see our drone shots from overhead as they head up into turn 9. Great shots from the drone, chasing these karts up that big long uphill section into turn 9. Around the top of the hill they'll sweep. Then the left hand turn 10. Then the right hander turn 11 and the big long downhill straight into 12. The final corner here at KartSport Rotorua. Across the line goes Spence. Can't make much of an impact, Ivor Spence. Still 1.3 seconds to find the number 9 from Christchurch. Nixon Cripps doing a good job though in position 3. Buttermore's still P2 as they head up to turn 3 and 4. Around the top of the hill they'll come. It looks like Cripps is going to try and take over from Spence and see if he can drag him along. So the South Islander from Invercargill, Nixon Cripps, going to try and take Ivor Spence with him. So 3 drivers from the South Island in this field. 1 from Singapore, That's the number 68 of Jamie White, buried down in 15th place. The number 68, leading the Singapore Rock Cup this year. 10 years of age. Nixon Cripps around through turn 12. Oh, just drifting that cart out to the white line at the edge of the racetrack. So changing the order now. The 69 of Tommy Hart still at the top, but Braxton Cravenger jumps up to P2. Jaden Buttermore in third. Nixon Cripps fourth. Watson is fifth. Then it's Maximus Rennie in sixth. The number 63 cart. What's Benji Bellamy got this time around? Bellamy sitting down in 22nd spot. You don't normally see the 95 cart from the Manawatu that far down. Still got just under 3 minutes remaining in qualifying. It's the Manawatu leading Taranaki. Then the Hamilton driver of Braxton Cravenger. Invercargill's Nixon Cripps in P4. Then the 5 of Braden Watson from Auckland. Maximus Rennie down in 6th place. The number 63, Ben Brodie is 7th. The 54 of Clark is 8th. The 9 of Ivor Spence in position 9. The 13th of Sebastian Power in P10. Of course, we didn't see Matthew Shaw or Indy Irwin. Mason Bellamy down in 26th place. I was talking to his dad earlier on. He's 9 kilos overweight. That's a huge disadvantage in one of these little carts. No real change in the race order at the moment. Buttermore still sitting in P2, the man from Taranaki. Kahu Twilly there, down in 15th place, the number 16 cart. There goes the 77 of Bellamy across the start-finish line. Moved up 1 to 25th place, still 3 seconds off the pace. Great pace set by Tommy Hart, the number 69. Across the line comes the number 40 of Ryan Wooler. Of course, the number 40 Vortex Mini Rock, famous number run by Ryan Wood for many years. So only a minute to go in qualifying for Vortex Mini Rock here at the Kart Stars Series and the last round of the New Zealand Rock Cup. All side by side around through turn 12. Mechanics gesticulating for their driver to go faster. I'm sure if they could, they would. Tommy Hart still leads. Cravenger out of P2. Buttermore down to 3. Cravenger's got half a second to find to catch Tommy Hart though. Tommy Hart's flying around the racetrack, the number 69 out of the Josh Hart Racing team from the Manawatu. Just trying to get a read on where Josh is sitting on the track. There he is crossing the line now. Tommy Hart, that is, not Josh Hart, of course. So Tommy Hart still leads from Braxton Cravenger. Then it's Jaden Buttermore, Charlie Clark, Braden Watson. That's the top 5. 6th is the South Island champion, Nixon Cripps. Then the 63 of Maximus Rennie. We watched them head down the hill into turn 4, side by side. Someone's going to let go there. Buttermore jumps in front, just kicks the back of the cart out as they watch the live stream drone shot into turn 7. Out of turn 7 into the right-hander of turn 8. Then they'll head up the hill into the big long winding right-hander turn 9. Checkered flags out now. This is the end of the session for Nixon Cripps. Can't improve any more than P6. So at this stage, Tommy Hart's provisioning in lead, qualifying from Braxton Cravenger. What's the 69 of Tommy Hart cross the line this time? So Hart's going to lead qualifying. Second place is going to be Braxton Cravenger. In position 3, the 43 of Jaden Buttermore found some pace this weekend. Then the 54 of Charlie Clark will be home in P4. The 5 of Braden Watson made it home in 5th. 6th place is going to go to the 99 of Ben Brodie. South Island champ Nixon Cripps down in 7th, just eclipsed by Ben Brodie on the last lap. In 8th place, the 63 of Maximus Rennie. Then the 9 of Ivor Spence up in position 9. The 45 of Owen Armstrong made it to 10. Sebastian Power will be 11th. The 16 of Twilly in 12th. Then the 27 of Jack Hoare down in 13th place. Harrison Cunningham 14th. Then Riley Craig 15th. Phineas Sherman to 16. The 8 of Flynn Pocock in 17th. The 22 card of Armstrong in 18th. Benji Bellamy 19. Jamie White, our Singaporean guest, home in 20. Riley Tomlinson 21. Jack McGrath 22. Luke McMillan from the Hawke's Bay in position 23. Then Van Merritt, Mason Bellamy 25 and Ryan Waller 26. From the rear of field we'll have Indy Irwin and Matthew Shaw for the heat racing coming up shortly. That's your qualifying for Vortex Mini Rock. Drivers between 9 and 13 years of age. The second youngest category at KartSport New Zealand. We see Indy Irwin's kart just coming off the track. Not sure what the issue is with that. Number 20. Rotax Max Heavy up shortly. Josh Bethune's been dominant Rotax Max Heavy throughout this series so far. Leads by about 55 points over Adam Bell. Then next is Trent Ingram.